Why did I start All Things Crime? It's a lot of work. So a number of people have asked me this question, and I've been thinking about it for a while. It actually started as All Things Forensics DNA, but I realized pretty quickly that the focus was all wrong. That was all inward, and it was mostly focused on the M-Vac system. And even though it's my product, and I love talking about the M-Vac system, it's still the wrong focus, especially when we're creating content for social media platforms, trying to get things out there, providing value to people. Obviously, I love talking about the M-Vac, and especially all the crimes that it's helping solve all over the world. In fact, I just had an interview with a DNA-oriented blog out of Israel, and I'm really excited to see that article, but it's not really the right focus, so I had to expand. I also wanted to help people in the law enforcement and the forensics crime labs to get their word out, to show how their expertise is helping investigations and how investigations are actually conducted. How much absolutely different it is than what we see on crime shows like CSI. So I changed the focus and I started All Things Crime. In All Things Crime, I've interviewed everything from homicide detectives to crime scene investigators to people that operate a crowdfunding site exclusively for law enforcement, military, and first responders called Fund the First. I've interviewed DNA specialists. Eventually, I will try to cover every single aspect of criminal investigations. I've even interviewed people that work for the defense that help people get out of jail that are wrongfully incarcerated. All of that is within the judicial system, and I think it all needs to be talked about. So if you haven't seen an episode of All Things Crime, I highly encourage you to click on the link that's below, that'll be in the comments, and go check it out. Some of the interviews that I've conducted are absolutely fascinating. All of these people are experts in their field. So in interviewing some of these people like crime scene detectives, what is it really like to walk into a crime scene and process that crime scene, get all the evidence out of there that might tell the story of what really happened? Or a homicide detective that has to go and talk to the family and explain what happened. I've also interviewed a man that served in prison for 20 years for a crime he didn't commit. I think the nature of true crime is the reason that so many people are attracted to it, and why shows like CSI are so successful. Those of us that aren't involved with the day-to-day investigative process, it is really fascinating stuff. So go check out the channel, subscribe, and most importantly, leave a comment below. If you have anything interesting that you would like me to cover during my interviews, let me know.